The top story tonight, reaction with us, Fox Business anchor Lou Dobbs. All right, you and I have been covering this immigration thing for years.
Right.
And we both have the same mindset that the federal government has a responsibility to uphold immigration law. That is, secure the borders, make sure there's not chaos down there, right, and to make sure that people who come here are documented so we know who they are and where they are. That's the law of the land. You want to change the law of the land? Get Congress to change it. So you and I agree on that.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. That being said, President Obama now says, look, this crew isn't really responsible for what happened to them. They were children, they were taken here, and you can't just throw them out. And you say?
And I say, what happened in the last 6 months? This is the president who acknowledged he didn't have the authority to do precisely what he's done today back in September of 2011. I think it's highly debatable that he has the authority. I think he's going to be challenged, and I think successfully, on exceeding that authority.
But let me stop you there.
Okay.
What he's basically doing is telling Homeland Security, Janet Napolitano, don't deport him.
Right.
She's not going to defy him.
I doubt it very much.
Right. She's not. So he's not going to go for legislation because he hasn't gotten it. They tried to get the DREAM Act. This is kind of like the DREAM Act. Yeah, didn't get anywhere.
But Bill, we've got to look at the politics clear-eyed here. He had a Democratic Congress.
And he didn't do jack.
Nancy Pelosi was Speaker of the House when he became president.
Right.
Harry Reid, the Majority Leader. For 2 years, he didn't do it. And what makes this objectionable to me today, amongst other things, is that he blames Republicans, saying that he couldn't get it through Congress, we can't wait, and completely distorts the reality and the record.
That being said, and we all know...
This is a political move.
Of course it is. We all know it's a political move. But in his heart, he believes it's the right thing to do for Americans, just like in his heart, he believes gay marriage is right for gays. Look, you know how politicians are.
In his heart,
In
Bill.
his heart.
In his heart, he believes he should be elected to a second term.
But it doesn't matter to him whether gays get married or whether these people stay or go.
Right.
All right? So if he took a lie detector test, he would pass it. He doesn't care about it in the sense that, does he feel that allowing this group of illegal aliens is good for the country? He probably does, Lou. He probably feels it's good for the country.
I won't impugn his motives. I think his motives are straightforward. I think the man is using every aspect,
There's no doubt
every
about it. It's very
element of
transparent.
the awesome power of the presidency.
It's going to work,
to pursue his political interests.
Isn't it a smart political move?
I think this was a brilliant political move.
It was brilliant. So what is Romney going to do? Say, no, I want to round these kids up?
That's part of the issue, because Republicans, at least those who were contending for the nomination, were divided on the issue of what to do about illegal immigration. In that sense, it's brilliant. In a broader and I think more profound sense, the real test is not a lie detector test, but the test on November 6th. The American people are against illegal immigration, amnesty and immunity, and contrary to what the president
here's
said,
the rub. It's not big enough. Look, the people who would oppose this are not going to vote for him anyway, so you're not losing any votes here, and he's gaining some Hispanics who may be on the fence, and that's why I think it's a net plus for him come November. Now, the guy who interrupted him, if you were there at the White House press conference, and say you and I were sitting there, and we were credentialed, I wouldn't have yelled that question in the middle of his speech, would you?
No, but I tell you, on a slow Friday afternoon at the White House, it might have been relief for some of them, at least in amusement.
No, but let's just talk appropriateness. Look, this guy Monroe in the Daily Caller, they don't like Barack Obama. They don't like what he's saying, okay? And Monroe is aggressive. He wanted to get the first question in. But there has to be a decorum here, or you look like, you know what you look.
I think the fact that we actually had a reporter challenge this president, it was probably as off-putting as it could be to Mr. Obama. Was it in decorum? Was it the correct demeanor, professional demeanor? No, I agree with you on that. But the fact is, this president is constraining and controlling the national liberal media. And God, it's refreshing just to see a direct question asked on a specific point. And by the way, with 25% unemployment and 16 to 19-year-olds in this country, why is the president not focused on employing those young people rather than trying to find a solution to a problem that is really...
Well, you could make the argument that he's adding to the unemployment because these people are going to come into the
labor force. They're going to get
and they got to
compete,
and they have to compete against other people who can't find a job. You can absolutely make that argument.
It's a raw political maneuver, as you said, and I think that Governor Romney, the time it's done, is going to have a field day with it.
All right, Lou Dobbs, everybody.